I mean, that's what makes it a business.
Yeah.
So,
Speaking of business, going live.
yeah.
Ooh, I have myself a big old glass of eggnog.
Oh, shit.
Oh, eggnog, nog. Oh, eggnog, nog. How much you nog my eggs? You like it? It's gonna go platinum. My eggnog song.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't put that in your YouTube video or else you get claimed.
Yeah. I would say that is very inspired.
And then I make all the money.
Hmm. Well, someone needs to edit it. Oh. Geez, they're making me watch this ad.
Yeah.
There we go.
Lucky bat. Ooh, ooh.
Ooh,
All
woo.
right, we got more Santa.
More Santa.
What do I need? I need a light green to do some highlights. And I think there's no better green than Escorpina green. I use this green all the time for toxic waste. That's about it.
And it's going to make a great Christmas green.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's going to highlight.
Mm.
And it's going to highlight the military green.
Mm. It's a great highlight for military green.
Well, if you want it to look a little silly.
If you want it to look a little silly.
Dr. Drokel, what up?
Doctor. Arthur Ortega asks, "Are you painting up some elves too?"
I think I will paint the elves. I just didn't have them prepped on day one to paint them, and I guess I'm gonna paint them when Santa's done.
Ooh.
They're all gonna get their own bases. I was thinking about doing a diorama, but then I thought against it, because dioramas aren't as much fun as just having the model, in my opinion. Because it's hard to push a model around your desk and go pew 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 pew. But it's easy to do it with miniatures. Right. So Santa and his entourage.
Mm. Wow. Jeff M. Happy I caught this tonight. Just watched the last streams earlier today. Ah,
that's amazing. Well, good for you for watching them, and good for you for finding them.
That's true. They're not easy to find.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, live. I think live's more fun. So you're in for a treat.
Yeah, you get to heckle.
Yeah.
You get to say mean things if you want to, and then we have to react to it.
Mm-hmm.
That really is way more fun.
We should do some kind of a video where we react to mean comments.
Sounds like a Patreon video to me.
Ah, yeah, it does.
Then you could really say what you want.
Mm-hmm.
Brett S. Heckling is the best part. Exactly. That's why I have many different YouTube accounts.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like Battle of Eons. No one will know who it is.
Mm-hmm.
GPC. Nick is back. I am.
Yeah, we got it all worked out. Took
I don't
Nick
know
about
why.
35 seconds to...
But I knew that problem, but I don't know initially why it was an
That
issue.
is true. That's true.
I have no idea. don't know why I didn't exist from the beginning.
Mm-hmm. It's one of life's great mysteries.
Mm-hmm. Dave Dog, I didn't know you could get plastic resin on a real safe for food for 3D printers. It's only for those types, right? Not the bottle resin ones, right? Yeah, I believe so. I don't know about. I don't know if they have food safe plastic for resin printers.
I don't think there's any such thing as food safe resin.
Yeah, I would assume that they probably don't.
Resin's pretty nasty stuff.
Yeah, but the food safe PLA is great, and it's really honestly a pleasure to work with. Just have to run things a little hotter. Yeah, resin is toxic. Hell yeah, it is.
You know, anything's food safe if you put it in your mouth.
Yep.
You know, they tell you it's not safe so that you don't eat it. But actually, it's very nutritious and delicious.
Mm-hmm. I actually eat food safe plastic.
Mm-hmm.
It's food safe, right? Yeah, the only thing about like what I say in the video, the only thing that I don't like about the food safe plastic is that it's expensive. It's like it's a lot of money. Brett S. I cringe every time I see someone sanding resin without wearing a mask.
I think I've been guilty of that a couple of times.
Whenever I do resin 3D printing, I like to take a big whiff of the right when you crack open the bottle of resin.
Mm-hmm.
It's good for you.
Have you ever used the filament that is biodegradable?
No, I haven't. I bet you that I believe that's also expensive. But no, I haven't. I've used the flexible filaments.
Is that the most exotic filament you've ever used?
Yes. Yeah, and I would not. Yeah, that's the most exotic. Because the food safe isn't exotic. It's food safe. But yeah, and I have a few different flexible ones, and definitely there are some better than others. And there's some that are more rigid than others. And the more rigid, the better it prints, but the less, obviously the less rubbery it is. So you got to really strike a balance between rubbery and not rubbery in your design, especially if you want something that's dimensional.
I think every day of my life I need to strike a balance between rubbery and not rubbery.
I know, right?
Rubbery and rigid. We need TK's 3D prints in here. I bet he's worked with some crazy stuff.
Probably. Craig Turpin, fantastic video today. Aw, thank you so much. It's a very fun one.
Yeah, everyone in the chat, you only get to be here if you watch today's video. Or if you clicked on this video. Those are the only two ways you get to watch this video.
Mm-hmm. Also, it looks like we have a new Patreon member, and that is Brett S.
Hey!
So thanks for joining.
Yeah, thanks, Brett S. You've joined the ranks of the elite. The best of the best.
The only fans. JPC, bong resin.
Yeah, what resin were you guys talking about?
Yeah. I remember, so this must have been a year ago. I was really bored at my job, but I had access to a lot of like Inventor, Vectorworks, everything. And so I was like, well, maybe when I'm not working, I'll do like freelance design stuff. So I made an Etsy where, no, it wasn't on Etsy. It was on Reddit. I put up a post saying like, I'll design stuff and 3D print them or do prototyping. And one guy contacted me about it, and he wanted me to make a bong that looked like a bird. And he showed me these incredibly detailed, beautiful drawings that he made. And I was just like, I can't do this. You need a real person.
I like to think as soon as you saw his reference material, you just instantly ghosted, took down the Etsy,
Yeah.
broke off all communication,
But it
curled
was
up in the fetal position.
I mean, because he was just like, yeah, so I'm trying to figure out like how I'm gonna make this out of ceramic. I'm like, what? I don't know how to do this. Because he's like, yeah, I think that he was adamant that there was 3D that you could 3D print something that would be safe for like burning weed in. I'm like, no, probably not.
Maybe if you're like one of those wackos who can 3D print metal.
Yeah, or something. Like, you need a real like industrial designer for this. Like, I can just tell you, yeah, that's a cylinder. You know, put a hole in there, and that'll be good. I can tell you how to bolt something together real well. But that's about it. I wish I had all those designs and all that stuff. Redis, no sweat. You guys are great. Ah, well, thank you. We really appreciate it.
I think you picked the perfect day to enlist because it's
That's
Friday, and so you're gonna get to join our long stream,
Yeah.
patrons only. Because every Friday we do our regular 9 to 10 stream, and then we hop on over to patron only, and we go for a couple more hours.
Mm-hmm.
Then
And that's
get a
where
little
we
wet and wild.
really. Yep. Jay takes off his pants.
Mhm.
My pants are already off, so I just take off my shirt. I mean, it's crazy. And we talk mad shit.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I'm loving what this Escorpina green is doing to my greens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let me go get another model because I want to see how it looks, how it compares with the minigun guy.
Yeah. And all those I've been a little lacking on the uploading to Instagram with these the models that Jay's been finishing. So I just filmed spinnies for all of them, so those will be coming up on Instagram soon, so you can see the final product in all of its glory.
Ooh, Santa's just maybe a little smaller or just wider, or they're pretty close.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think the hazard striping really brings them into the same universe.
Mm-hmm.
See, if this guy was in a diorama, I couldn't do that.
Craig Turpin, that minigunner is the cat's ass.
It's the bee's pajamas.
Mm-hmm. It's a beautiful model.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're not messing around over at Anvil Industry.
Mm-hmm.
I have one Anvil Industry model that has a SVD Dragnov, which is basically a sniper AK, and I have one as an airsoft gun. And so I'm gonna paint the model to match my airsoft gun, which I did like tie-dye for the grips, tie-dye red.
Dave Dog asks, how did you do the leaves on the base?
It's a hole punch. It's a hole punch from Green Stuff World, and then I hole punched a real leaf. Here, let me put it back on screen for a second. So I think, yeah, so it's just a real leaf hole punched, put on the base, It was a fall leaf that had already fallen, so it was pretty much already dry when I punched it. And then one thing I can recommend is if you want them a little bit curled, you can bake them. If I could go back in time, I probably would have baked these guys just so they weren't so flat, but it still works. Yeah, it's a punch from Green Stuff World. I think it's like $9. And again, it gives you 3 leaves with each punch. I punched some leaves, and they're now about a month old, 2 months old, and they still look great.
The graveyard base is still kicking.
Yeah. Graveyard base isn't even varnished, too.
Ooh. Dr. Drokel, it was a great video today. Too bad it didn't work out better with Grandma's sugar cookie recipe, though. Gingerbread is gross. Now, I've had a lot of gingerbread in my day, and I am not a huge fan of gingerbread. The gingerbread recipe that we used, I love, and I actually like it more than the sugar cookie recipe. Although, did you eat any of the gingerbreads?
I ate the gingerbread. Yeah.
Did you like them?
Yeah.
I think maybe I have 1 or 2 of them. I think we overcooked them a little.
Maybe,
but,
I could see that a little. They needed a glass of milk, tall glass of milk with them.
Yeah, but I think my grandma usually makes them well. So they're not. They're like everything is beautifully soft and perfect and wonderful.
I'd love to try next year and try to make cookie batter again, but also just buy some store batter. Just for just see what happens.
Yeah. Honestly, that would have been what if you get you just design 3 cookie cutters instead of 10 basically.
Yeah, 10.
If you count the Patreon one, and
goodness,
of course the
true.
Ginger Marine.
Absolute madness.
And so you have 3 different ones, and then you try different dough and see how the different dough reacts to the cookie cutter. Brett S. Someday when you are a grandma, your cookies will be magically soft too. Honestly, I can't wait for that day, because that means I'm about to die. No. But you're just waiting, and maybe that's okay.
Dr. Drokel, $9 for the punch, $225 for shipping.
Exactly.
I know, shipping from Spain sucks. Why can't Spain be just next door to me?
Could if you moved to Europe.
Yeah. Be nice, would they take me?
I don't know, Dave Dog. Would they take Jay?
Yeah, maybe we can get a green card marriage thing going.
Craig Turpin, the secret is butter. A shit ton of butter. The sugar cookie recipe had a bunch of butter in it. But I think the...
Yep.
But I feel like the eggs and the butter made them too puffy. Where the gingerbread recipe actually doesn't have eggs and butter in it. It has hopes and dreams, which I think is what held them together a little bit better. Dr. Drokel, every grandma knows that the secret ingredient is ketamine. Yep.
Ross is not the boss. Ross is not the boss. I ordered Fast Tack glue from Warlord Games. After I confirmed my purchase, they sent me a note saying the glue may dry out before it gets to my house because I don't live in Europe.
Wow.
It's quite a note.
Yeah.
You think they just put on the website, don't buy this international or something? If it's that. It shouldn't dry out, though. I mean, what kind of a product is that?
Yeah, that's pretty ridiculous.
It's going to dry up in a couple weeks? Like it sounds maybe it's like some real specialty 3M stuff, like for industrial use.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that seems wild. Paint cats. Happy Christmas and a Merry New Year. Yes,
Ah.
you as well.
Mm-hmm.
That is definitely the order in which those words are said.
Mm-hmm. Merry Kwanzaa, paint cat.
And TK's 3D Prince is here.
TK's 3D prints. Oh, you missed the 3D print talk. We were talking about exotic filaments. You ever use anything like that? Like the wood grain, rubber. I think some of them have like metal in them for no good reason.
There's some
Glow in the dark.
I know people have done flexible resin, like for the
Ooh.
resin 3D printers. JPC bong. TK's 3D Prince has used wood and glow in the dark.
Ooh, I'd like to know more about the wood, because the thing about the 3D prints is there's not a lot you can do to them after. You can't really sand them or drill them, or you can break them along the print line. But I wonder if the wood you can do a little more to it after it's printed. Mm-hmm.
Happy Heretic. Even in biznatches.
Yeah.
Currently trying to fix a mini mistake.
Hmm. I am here to consume your paint if I am not pleased with your work here today. I will do my best.
Is it a cat made out of paint?
Ooh.
Or is it a
TK.
paint made out of cat?
TK's 3D prints. Wood is basically PLA with wood added to it. It prints okay if you use a 0.5 nozzle, but keep the settings as a 0.4 nozzle. Do you think like let's say I printed something and then I wanted to like cut it. Like could I put it on a scroll saw or a table saw or something and cut it? Or is it mostly regular plastic with a little bit of sawdust? I remember for an architecture assignment, I decided to use 3D printing to print the outside walls of my building. And so it printed for like 2.5 days, and then I got my print. And then I had to cut in all the doors and windows, and that was hell.
Ooh, yikes.
It did not... It was fine, is how I would say that project turned out.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's not very workable once everything's done. I didn't know where the doors and windows were going to go, though, when I set it to print. Because I figured, I'll fix it later.
Mm-hmm. TK's 3D Print's not. It's still plastic with wood sawdust added.
Does it have any properties of wood? Like, can you stain it?
Ooh.
Does it look like wood when you print?
Paint cats. Negative 10 points for the bad question. I mean, I think it's a great question. I think it's paint made out of cat.
I think it might be a painting of a cat.
Well, but it's not painting cat or cat painting.
Dr. Trokel. Mostly plastic with a little bit of sawdust is McDonald's new slogan. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm loving it. Ross is not the boss. Do you think the bad Santa Mini is really worth $20? I'm considering getting it. I think it is. I think these little boutique miniatures, if they're gonna be it's a perfect cast. I've never gotten anything but perfect casts from Anvil Industries. The gun is modular. You can put any infantry gun from their website in his hand. I think it's worth $20. I think that's what really good minis cost.
Mm-hmm. Is it $20 with the elf?
Oh yeah, and you get two elves and a present and a chimney.
So that's a lot.
Yeah.
You get 4 things.
Mm-hmm. You get 3 models, the 2 elves and Santa, and then some accessories. Oh, and he comes with a sack of weapons.
Mm.
And he's just fun to paint.
Love a good sack.
TK's City Prince. I was looking for an old Citadel Santa character today, but did not find that. But did find the skeleton astronauts. But how would your flesh rot in space? I saw a really cool old Citadel model, which was wizard with a submachine gun, and it was a wizard with a submachine gun.
Good old paint cat. It is a cat that is a paint, but not paint, but cat. But not cat, but paint, plus cat, but no cat minus paint plus cat and cat.
Got it. So
that was quite the thing to say.
So it's a paint cat, but not a paint with a cat. It's just a paint cat paint, Pat.
Yeah, but you forgot the addition and subtraction of the cat and the paint. I mean, really, at the end of the day, it's pretty obvious.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it was a dumb question. DK Studio Prince looks nice, sounds okay, but would not bother. And yes, you can stain it. Interesting.
It'd be kind of fun if it's pretty convincing as wood. It'd be kind of fun to print like impossible wood projects.
Ah.
Ooh, that's kind of a fun look. Evil red eyes on the gas mask. Happy Heretic. There are no stupid questions. Only stupid people.
That's me.
Ooh, Paint Cat's favorite flavor of paint is VMC Buff. Got any? I really like the smell of airbrushing Vallejo paints. Some of them really have a sweet smell.
That's because it's good for you.
Yeah. I have a bunch of Vallejo paints I've almost never used because they're very odd colors. Like this is called pale gray blue. I would call this just barely not white.
I can't wait to see it. Yep. Barely not white.
Usually if I have any white on my palette, I can just throw on another color.
Mm-hmm.
Wonder why I bought a set of these that I found at a resale store once. So I think that's how I got some of these weird colors.
I was about to ask why you own it if you don't use it.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck? Paint Cat, I use that for non-metallic metal.
Ooh, I could see that. Although the blue is like a cheat. I think Miniac said that recently on an episode where he's like, you can use teals and stuff in your non-metallic metals. Because I
And that'll
always
make
run
it
into
look...
the trap of just black and white, and then it
Mm.
doesn't really look like non-metallic metal. It just looks like black and white thing.
And so is that like reflection of the sky that makes it
Yeah, I
look more
think so.
realistic? Or reflection of
Just
the
reflection
world?
of the world.
So, but what if your world's a warm world?
I guess you'd want to use worms.
Worms? Hmm.
No, worms, like the little pink
Worms.
things. That's what you want to use. TK's 3D prints. A long time ago in my youth of the past, I used to do conversions. My favorite one I did was a wizard converted into a beach bum with a sailboat that the player used to cast levitation on it. It's pretty good. It sounds like all he needed was a machine gun. Ooh, happy heretic. Well, I think I fixed my Mini. Now I just need to wait for the oil paint to dry and wash it with Agrax. Agrax covers all sins. Agrax died for our sins. Alright, and now we can add blaspheme to our list of charges.
Dave Dog, what's the point of non-metallic metal when you can buy metal paints of every color?
That is true. You have a little bit more control.
Happy Heretic has a great answer. Chicks love a man who's mastered non-metallic metals.
That's very true.
You become a chick magnet.
Mm-hmm.
A chagnet.
Yeah, you have a little bit more control over the sheen. Here, let me show you this model again.
I know someone named Sheen.
So his minigun, I would say it's made of metal, but I painted it with blacks and grays, and so I can control exactly where I put stuff, like the sheen. There's kind of a line right here, and then there's 2 lines in the belt to add some variety. But I actually did use a metallic for the brass, and I think it kind of is an interesting thing to use both, because it makes them stand out against each other. So if I had just used
A
metallics,
juxtaposition.
yeah, if I had just used metallics on the gun and metallics on the brass, I don't think it would stand out as much. But yeah, I would love to do both. I would love to paint the same Mini in non-metallic metal and true metallic metal and see what happens. So that's what I think about that.
I was all for it except for that last little thing that you said.
Mm-hmm. Agrax Earthshade is a great chaser.
Yep.
Paint Cat. Also, the point of non-metallic metal is so that you can control your highlights. Yeah, and you can control them too with regular metals. Here, let me. You know what? I think I have an example of that too.
Wow, just full of examples. That's what you get here, folks. Examples.
So this is a model I recently painted that uses true metallic metals, but some areas are much darker. Like the face and the top of this hammer is much brighter. Same goes for his pistol. On the bottom, it's very dark. On the top, it's very light. And then you can really see it on his armor. The gradient from black to bright silver. Same on his belly. But yeah, they both have their place. I think using true metals, I don't know, it always kind of seems like easier and often better in terms of your time investment. Because you get one coat of lead belcher down, it's already looking like metal.
Mm-hmm.
But if you paint it gray, it doesn't look like metal yet. It just looks gray. All right, now back to Santa. Dr. Drokel, a Citadel wizard with a machine gun, sold new in the package on eBay back at the end of September for $12.50. Ooh, I wonder if it's shipped yet. Maybe it's on the way. No, I'm just kidding. I didn't buy it.
Mm-hmm.
Although it sounds like something I'd buy.
It does. Brett S. I could not imagine painting this Necron army with non-metallic metals. Oh my god.
You know what, though? You'd be a legend.
You would be.
You'd be a god amongst mortals.
Why is there a hole in my butt? The party is here.
Yeah.
You brought the hole and you brought your butt.
Mm-hmm. Ross is not the boss. Overall, I wonder how much time in our lives that we have used doing models. Probably a good amount. I like it, though. I love painting.
Just as much as you like doing taxes, right?
Yeah. My two favorite things.
Mm-hmm.
I still think the
Paint
stock...
cat. Go ahead.
I still think, TK's 3D prints, I still think that the stock of the gun should be done in candy cane stripes. Nah, I don't think, there's not much of the stock available to do anything too fun. I think I'm just going to do a wood.
You're going to 3D print that?
Yeah.
3D print a wood grain?
Mm-hmm.
Paint cat says, like the streams or your paint will be consumed over the course of 1,000 moons. Oh, and your blood. Great, I agree. Yeah. So what if we bought like the what if we bought the recruit edition for 40K?
Mm-hmm.
And then you painted everything with non-metallic metals.
That sounds like an interesting video. That would take a lot of work. Boy, how long would it take to paint what? Like, it's like 5 intercessors and a captain, and then 10 Necron warriors and 10 Necron warriors, 3 Necron scarab swarms, and I think 1 not an overlord. What's the new like Necron lieutenant called? It's a Gosh, I don't remember. Royal Warden. I think it comes with a Necron Royal Warden.
So how long do you think that would take you? You think you could do it in a week?
Oh yeah. Um, be a slog.
Mm.
Yeah, I
We could
think
do a video where we slowly watch you dissolve into a person that hates painting.
I definitely have to simplify some things.
Hmm.
Ah, Brett S. Royal Warden. Yep. I never have to remember anything. I could just let the chat do it.
That's true. Honestly, you should just have a stream going 24/7,
Mm-hmm.
because then you would never forget anything. You have everyone else tell you what you're missing.
You're like, chat. Who's the lead singer of Oingo Boingo? Just all day long. Just odd questions.
Or finding your drill.
Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness, that's
Where'd
what
I
I
put my
need.
yeah? Where'd I put the drill?
Every day, I screw the stream camera into the table. So
Hmm.
every single day, I screw it down. And every single day, I'm like, where did I put that GD power drill? Happy Heretic, I say paint an Indominus box in non-metallic metal live on stream. But that way you can watch Jay descent into madness in real time. Boy, Indominus has a lot of models. I haven't even got them all built.
Hmm. That's why the recruit edition.
Mm-hmm. I think though I am going to use it as an opportunity to try out some oils. I think I'm going to paint the Space Marines in oils.
Ooh, still Black Templar.
Yeah.
Mm.
So in Britain, you get an extra 600 pounds. You're having a good day. But in America, you're just fat. Not fair. I don't get it.
Pounds and pounds.
Oh, I get it now. Because your funny money is called pounds. Happy Heretic. Love oils. Use them more than acrylics now. Yeah, I want to get into it. I've used some oil washes to good effect.
All the funny money.
Oh, it looks like we got some fighting words in the chat. Where was TK's 3D prints? I hate it when games tell us how many hours we've played it. I have done over 350 hours in No Man's Sky. Dave Dog. I bought that game full price and it was shit.
Ooh.
I've heard good and mixed things about No Man's Sky. It looks really cool and really nice to look at, but it looks like there's not a lot of game. But I've heard that with all the updates for it, it's gotten decent. $60 though, you'd want a game to be real good.
Yes.
But yeah, you know what though? People like different stuff. I think I have like 300 hours in FTL. And I think I have over 200 hours in Fallout New Vegas. because Fallout New Vegas is a perfect game. But Main Cat, I tried some oils once. Didn't taste too good. I'm strictly on acrylics now.
There you go. What are you printing? I can hear a printer running.
Oh yeah,
That's really...
TK can smell it.
Yeah, jeez.
TK can probably tell you the brand and the type of filament you're running, just from the sounds.
That's pretty funny. That's hilarious. I'm printing the very adorable Future Soldier cookie cutters that we're selling on Etsy, otherwise known as the Space Marine cookie cutter.
Mm-hmm.
Because we got a bunch of people buying them.
TK's 3D prints. Now FTL is a good game. Way better than it was when... way better, and it's starting to get there. Brett's S. I had a minor MMO addiction in the early mid 2000s. I have around 200 days.
Wow.
Yep. The one of the Miniac's buddy Ninjan has a very similar story, where he's got like months in a game.
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure Brian had months into WoW.
Mm-hmm.
He used to play that game all the time.
Yeah, there's something about that game. People went nuts.
Yeah, I don't know. I never really got into the MMOs.
Me neither. Happy Heretic, I have 252 days, 18 hours, and 27 minutes into FFXIV. FFXIV. I have no idea what game that is.
I'm not sure either. Ah, Final Fantasy 14.
Ah.
I know what it is now.
Mm-hmm.
You uncultured swines. Don't play games.
No, me neither.
Yeah.
We're not cool.
We're not cool. I don't know. Last time I played a game, it was definitely Factorio.
Mm-hmm.
Had to be a year ago.
I think I did an FTL run last week. I've been playing on hard so that I just lose.
You know what? Honestly, that's a great way to do it. Make it as hard as possible, so
Mm-hmm. Barely get out of Sector 1.
Mm-hmm. Man, all this FTL talk, though, pretty dangerous, because now I just want to re-download that bitch.
Yeah. I mean, how long does an FTL run take? 4 hours?
That's true, but that's the
know,
problem
yeah.
is I'll just want to keep going. Keep playing. Just too much fun.
Dr. Drokel, I played WoW for a while because a friend asked me to. I got to about level 65, and it devolved into me constantly selling and working over the auction house and making tons of gold. We need 40k Skaven. Isn't that kind of what the Harud are in the 40k lore?
I love this Gaven.
Mm-hmm. Oh, they're adorable.
They're amazing. But I do think if I was to play Age of Sigmar, I am picking Gloomspite Gitz as my army. That is what I will play.
I thought you were gonna say. I 100%. I thought you were gonna say the giant $170 giants.
Those are cool, but I would
Hmm.
not. I don't want to do that.
I'd go dinos all day, every day. I'd go hard in the dino.
Mm-hmm. Go hard in the dino.
Hmm. I was. I
The
was. I,
dinos are pretty cool.
there's some YouTuber I've been watching who talks about Age of Sigmar, and it sounds like there's kind of two ways to do the dinosaurs. You either go heavy source warriors, which are kind of like your heavier infantry, or you
Mm-hmm.
go 2.5 zillion skinks.
Hmm.
Just drown your opponent in skinks.
A skink kink.
Yeah, like he put together some armies, and it was kind of neat because like one of them was like, okay, so you buy this, start collecting 3 times, got yourself like a 2,000 point army, and then the other
Mm-hmm.
one is like, all right, so here's what you do: you need 280 skinks.
I think if I was to finish my kill team and then finish almost all my orcs and
Mhm.
everything else I own, I would totally get a Gloom Spike Get starter set.
Mm.
So I mean we're pretty close, right?
Yeah, that's a couple of years, and then
I think I would do Sigmar.
mm,
I love those models. They're adorable.
they are.
Or maybe I would do like a war cry, right? That's their kill team that isn't kill team.
Yeah, but I think Warcry, I don't know
They
a lot
don't
about
have they don't
Warcry,
have
but it seems
everything,
like
right?
they don't have everything, and they have a lot of unique stuff, like specifically made for Warcry, as opposed to.
Have kill team, but for Sigmar.
Mm-hmm.
I would totally be willing to collect a bunch of 40k, little 40k kill teams and Age of Sigmar kill teams
Mm-hmm.
if I could.
I hear nothing but good things about Age of Sigmar the game.
Mm-hmm.
I know it sucked when it dropped like 5 years ago, when it was like 6 pages of rules, and one of the rules was like the person with the longest beard goes first.
Mm-hmm.
I remember reading those in high school, and I'm like, oh my goodness, oh dear.
Yeah, I wouldn't win that one.
Brett S just wrapped up a Necron Warrior squad. What to paint next? Some other Necrons
Yep.
from Indominus, Black Legion, Chaos Space Marine, Venom Crawler. Ooh, I want to paint a Venom Crawler because I've never done one. I've never done one before.
Yeah,
Painted a couple of Necron Warriors in my day.
but none of them are non-metallic metal, right?
That's
So,
true. None
I
of
think you
them.
got to go back.
Mm-hmm. My Necrons aren't metallic though. They're white.
Yeah, too bad. Agreed.
Dave Dog. 40k has no giants. Imperial Knights. 40k absolutely has giants. Dr. Drokel, when I was a pimp, I used to drown my opponents in skanks. It's the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Skanky, skinky, skinky skanks. Ooh, Pink Cat, kinky skanks. Kinky skinks.
Skinky skinks. Pink Cat, my friend is letting me paint his Necrons. Should I do Goblin Green or Squid Pink?
I
Squid
think gotta
Pink.
go Squid Pink. I was
Mhm.
hoping that the sentence was going to end. My friend is letting me paint his Necrons. What should I charge?
Yeah. Happy Heretic, why not both? Ah, that's like another good one.
Now, I painted a lot of models for my friends when I was in high school.
Mhm. And some of them were a little ungrateful.
Yes. Yes, one of them sure was.
Mm-hmm. Never a thank you.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, Happy Heretic. Warcry is basically Kill Team for Age of Sigmar. Can I, if I get into Age of Sigmar Warcry, can I buy Lizardmen? Like
And can I get Gloomspite
yeah,
gets?
what units are available to me for a Lizardman Warcry team? Can I get Saurus Warriors, Skinks? Because like with 40k, Kill Team is basically the infantry. And then later down the line, we got a an update that allows for some elite units and commander units. But 40k does not have any unique boxes for Kill Team. It's all just repackaged 40k stuff.
Mm-hmm. Happy Heretic. Yeah, they got all the factions. That's where my knowledge ends, though. Haven't actually played it. Maybe we'll have to look a little bit more into it. But that's a little down the road, let's say.
Yeah. This is why we needed the Horus Heresy. Horus was the hero we both deserved and needed. Robert has Downs Jr. This is my first time seeing what Santa's packing. Nice. Yeah, I feel like that's the only thing that could add to this model is a nice gentlemanly bulge.
Well, the gun.
Mm-hmm.
The gun is like a bulge.
Mm-hmm. Ho, ho, ho. Eat lead.
Yep. That's what I always say.
Pain Cat, I am the fifth Chaos God. Santa's gonna be slaying tonight.
You get it?
J, are the Citadel contrast paints like you're using basically a slightly thicker wash? I've never used them for. Yep, that's exactly what they are. I use Black Templar kind of a lot. I used it on his gun and his boots and his belt. So that one is definitely useful.
And if you had a bulge, maybe even that.
Yeah. And you know what? Why not? I have the contrast white. I'm going to try that on his beard. Let's see. Let's get wild. seriously, where is it?
Where is it?
Is it possible I've misplaced it? Totally. It should be
No.
in this bucket. Ah, here it is. It gets really dark if you don't shake it. This is white.
Speaking of really dark, it is 10 o'clock.
I guess only the patrons will find out how the contrast paint works on the beard.
And there you have it. Yep, we'll be switching over to our Patreon-only stream if you want to join us. You'll have to join us there.
All right, folks. Good night. See you tomorrow for a free live stream. Or free live long stream.
Exactly.
Where we will live stream you long time.
And we'll be back tomorrow at 9 p.m. Central.
Mm-hmm. Everyone watch the video today.
Yeah, it's a cute one.
And